Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Rosie here. I wanted to make another quick comparison video for everyone real fast regarding Identity 5 and Dead by Daylight. This goes into a topic that's kind of similar to the Gen Rush one, but this time we're going to be covering the maps. Okay, now if you look at some of these maps and look at some of the tiles on the map from the perspective of a Dead by Daylight player, you're going to go, absolutely, what the fuck is this? Because a lot of these tiles, I think all of them actually, if they were in Dead by Daylight, they would pose a serious, serious problem for the game. But, however, in this game, they're definitely not as bad. And I think I want to go into some of the reasons as to why. Okay, so the first thing you have to consider when you're talking about this game is high level, because this game actually gives a fuck about its high level scene. Killers are doing well. Top killers got a 70% win rate. I believe that's what mine is right now as well. At top level, though, that's the more important statistic. Top level killers are doing fine. So these tiles right away aren't posing much of a problem. I mean, for some of the weaker characters, sure, they're kind of an issue, because some of the weaker characters are just really bad and need buffs, but that's not on the game itself, that's on those characters. But the reason why that is that unlike Dead by Daylight, those kinds of characters are the majority. In this kind of game, those kinds of characters are the rule. Like, Dead by Daylight has tiles for Identity 5 characters to deal with, but in this game, there's only like 2 characters that kind of suck, and I'm kind of playing one of them. But the main so right away you look at the top level stats, you know that the tiles aren't as bad. And I think a big reason for that is, I can't confirm this, but I definitely feel like as a killer, my movement speed is significantly better than the survivors, as opposed to Dead by Daylight. I feel like even the slower killers in the game move more than 15% faster than survivors. I can't confirm that because I've tried to look for something to like verify that, but I wasn't able to find anything. So if anyone knows it, please tell me in the comments, because I don't know what the percentages in this game are. But like, what does that impact? That impacts the strength of the tiles. The strength of the tiles is only as good as the killer's movement, and since the killer's movement in this game is better, even bigger tiles are just not as strong. Next, the killers having stronger powers. Since the killers have significantly stronger powers in this game, the survivors' defenses in terms of the tiles are also allowed to be a little bit stronger. There is some bullshit in this game, and chances are I'm not talking about what you're thinking of, like the priestess and shit. Like, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about, like simple characters like Prospector. The only reason Prospector hard counters me here is because I'm playing as Hellember, who sucks titty doo-doo. Like, so a character like fucking Feaster even counters Prospector. Bon. Like, Prospector has his checks to make his power almost fucking useless. And, like, the big reason that, those tiles are allowed to be better is because of the killers having a significant amount of counterplay to the, tiles. They're not just fucking survivor win no matter what, which is what the Dead by Daylight tiles are. And this includes the God Pallets. The God Pallets, you have things like Blink, or some powers can even answer God Pallets, such as a Feaster Tentacle, or maybe Photographer, it's kind of stretching it. Evil Reptilian, who's not very good. Dream Witch can provide sandwich situations. There's a lot of killers in this game that can do sandwich situations, which makes a God Pallet much weaker. And same thing for a God Window. Like, these things we call God Pallets in Dead by Daylight are, I mean, they're certainly stronger than other pallets, but, like, I wouldn't go as far as to give them the definition of God Pallet in this game, because of the things like Blink and the significantly better killer powers that are equipped to deal with the types of pallets that are in the game. And the pallets are also weaker in this game. They have smaller hitboxes. Characters don't interact with them as well, such as Mechanic. I mean, some do. But like, Mechanic's high meta. Some characters don't. Like, not all characters have the same vaulting speeds. And since it's so much easier to get a terror shock than it is a grab, the pallets are overall weaker in this game. That's why there's allowed to be more of them. Every pallet is a bit weaker than the pallet in Dead by Daylight. And that's why the pallet pool of this game is allowed to be bigger. So increased counterplay from the killers, stronger killers, faster killers. The killers in this game, like when you play Dead by Daylight, you go, what the fuck am I looking at? But if you play this game, like, I mean, I'm not saying all the tiles are balanced, because I don't think they are. I think there's some bullshit in this. But when you compare, like some people, I was watching Call of the Abyss, and like some of the Identity 5 community genuinely think this game isn't very balanced. And I'm just like, bro, have you fucking played Dead by Daylight? Like the game isn't perfect, but for fuck's sake, the biggest issue in this game is the fucking ping and not the balance. The ping just screwed someone over at high level the other day. Like, the ping is the problem in this game, not the... And, like, even then, I haven't had any issues with it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't need fixed. It's just that I haven't had any issues with it. Like, compared to Dead by Daylight, this game is fucking fine wine compared to Dead by Daylight's fucking... What is some cheap brand? Dead by Daylight is fucking... is fucking... $5 wine at a gas station. That's what Dead by Daylight is. I wouldn't necessarily call that fine wine. This game is significantly better, bro. And even the early game, I'm just something I might make a video on in the future. Even the early game is not as big of a deal in this, even though some of the maps are fucking bigger. Even though some of the maps are bigger, the early game isn't a significant problem in this game, just because of how weak the survivors are when they actually get shared. So the killers have the ability to actually late game pressure in this match, and I think that is why a big reason as to why the early game isn't as big of a deal. But we're kind of getting off topic here. So, the God Pallets and them being actually healthy for the game is actually one of the reasons you know that the game is better, because like they've successfully made pallets like balanced enough to where like they are allowed to be here. Like the types of tiles you see in the game, they may look intimidating to Dead by Daylight players, and especially if you play, again, like Hell Ember, who doesn't have a lot of answers to them. Like, top level is very accommodating for those types of pallets, and they fit right in with the game's meta, and there's enough counterplay to those pallets to where they don't need to actually be taken out. Again, not every tile, again, the tiles you're thinking of, I'm not talking about them, but I'm talking about a standard tile and a standard God pallet. Overall, I think the game's ability to do that shows how much better it actually is. Okay, lads, I'm getting the hell out of here. GG's. I hope that soothes some people's minds if they see some of the tile design in this game.